Hello and welcome back to the Deep Thinkers Journal. Today we're examining the Pentagon's secret UFO files. It's a subject that really makes you think, and we're going to unpack some of the key points. This morning, driving to work, the world outside my car window was a picture of calm. Rolling green hills, a straight line of railway tracks disappearing into the distance, and a vast, pale blue sky with those wispy high clouds. It was one of those moments where the quiet simplicity of the landscape makes you start thinking about, well, bigger things. And for some reason, my mind landed on UFOs, or as they're now calling them, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Just saying UFOs brings up this whole thing, doesn't it? Like aliens, conspiracy theories, those blurry photos that could be anything. It's always been this fringe topic, right? Something you'd whisper about late at night, not something you'd see on the news. I mean, growing up, it was all science fiction and those grainy documentaries. And let's be honest, a lot of ridicule. You'd talk about it and people would roll their eyes. But then things started to change. I remember when the Pentagon started talking about it officially. That was weird, like a real shift. It wasn't just some guy in a tinfoil hat anymore. Suddenly it was the government. At the government admitting that, yeah, there are things flying around that we don't understand. Let's rewind a bit, though. To understand this, we have to go back. World War II fighters, they called them mysterious lights, fast-moving objects, baffling pilots. Imagine being up there, seeing something you can't explain, and knowing no one would believe you. That's got to be terrifying. And then Roswell, 1947. A weather balloon, they said. Right, a weather balloon. It's almost comical how easily they dismissed it. But, people had questions. Big questions. And they still do. Then came Project Blue Book, a 17-year investigation, 12,618 reports. That's a lot of sightings, and after all that, they basically said nothing to see here. No threat, no aliens, move along. But did they really look into it? Did they really know? Or were they just trying to keep a lid on things? I mean, think about it. If they did find something, would they tell us? Really? And then the 21st century. The silence started to crack. The New York Times article about AATIP, a secret program funded by the government investigating UFOs. That's mind-blowing. Like someone finally said, okay, we need to take this seriously. And then the Navy videos. Those videos, wow, just wow. Objects moving in ways that defy everything we know about physics. Accelerating, turning, disappearing. And the pilots, their reactions, genuine confusion, awe, maybe even a little fear. And the Pentagon releasing them saying, yeah, these are real. That's a huge step. And the 2021 Odd and Eye report, 144 reports, most unexplained. And the conclusion that they might pose a national security threat, that's sobering. It's not just about little green men anymore. It's about what if someone or something has technology we can't even comprehend? What if they can move through our airspace, our oceans with impunity? That's a scary thought. So what have we learned? Well, for one thing, these things are real. They're not just hallucinations or misidentified weather balloons. They're physical objects observed by trained professionals with instruments that can measure their speed and trajectory. They can do things we can't. They can accelerate at incredible speeds, make impossible turns, submerge underwater. And they've been doing it for a long time, decades at least. And the stigma is gone, finally. Scientists, military personnel, intelligence officers, they're all talking about it. They're taking it seriously. They're saying we need to understand this. And that's huge. Because if we don't understand it, we can't defend against it. Or maybe we're missing out on something incredible. Maybe there's technology out there that could solve our energy problems, our environmental problems, our everything. And the transparency. That's a big change. From nothing to see here to we need to share what we know. It's a sign that they're taking this seriously, and that they're not just trying to cover it up. And that's important, because this isn't just about the government anymore. It's about all of us. It's about humanity. Where do we go from here? That's the big question, isn't it? I think we need to keep asking questions. We need to keep pushing for answers. We need to support the scientists and researchers who are trying to understand this. We need to be open to the possibility that we don't know everything. That there are things out there that are beyond our current understanding. I think, honestly, this is one of the most exciting times in human history. We're on the verge of something big, something that could change everything. And It's not just about aliens, it's about us. It's about our place in the universe. It's about what we're capable of. It's about the unknown. And that, I think, is the most exciting thing of all. Imagine for a moment the implications if these UAPs are indeed of extraterrestrial origin. What would that mean for our understanding of the universe? Would it shatter our long-held beliefs about our place in the cosmos? How would it affect our religions, our philosophies, our very sense of self? And what about the technology? If these UAPs possess technology that far surpasses our own, what could we learn from them? Could we harness their energy sources, their propulsion systems, their materials? Could we solve some of the most pressing challenges facing humanity? And what about the potential risks? If these UAPs are not friendly, what would that mean for our security? Could they pose a threat to our civilization? Could they have motives that we cannot comprehend? These are questions that we must grapple with, questions that demand our attention and our resources. As more information comes to light, as more classified files are declassified, we must remain vigilant, curious, and open-minded. We must approach this subject with scientific rigor and intellectual honesty. We must be willing to challenge our assumptions and embrace the unknown. Because, in the end, the mystery of the UAPs is not just about them. It's about us. It's about our quest for knowledge, our yearning for understanding, our insatiable curiosity about the universe and our place within it. So what do you think? Are these UAPs a sign of something extraordinary? Or are there more grounded explanations we're overlooking? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. And if you enjoyed this exploration of the Pentagon's secret UFO files, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Deep Thinkers Journal for more thought-provoking content. We'll be exploring into all sorts of fascinating topics, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, keep thinking deeply.